Well, I'm up here. I wish I could say I had good news to report, but I haven't been feeling too well. For the previous stuff, I've been trying to do stuff at the shop that wasn't really hard on me and I could do in there, but I've kind of run out. I made the spacer for the windlass and I did the base for the spotlight that we're going to mount on the front. So come up here today to see what we can do. I'm not going to try to push too hard, but I think maybe we can get the spotlight mounted, and before we can install the windlass or even work on that, I have to pull this anchor off and remove this stop, because it's going to be right about, I think, where it's going to go. So I'm not going to try to push too hard, just little by little, see if we can get something done, but I want to try to keep going here. Ooh, ooh. Above that. There's a lot of work putting that in just to take it out. Whew. That's the hardest part about trying to work like this, is I shake so bad. And we got a little done. We got that removed and that marked out of where a hole would have to be. And then we got the slide installed and wired up. Now these two wires were already here. Apparently there was a spotlight up here before, because we found the old holes in the back, but that's where we put the there was a giant hole where they had the control unit. As you can see, every one of those wires was a different control. Now we have wireless, but we used that for the vent hole. But we got a little bit done today. Alright, so we did manage to get something done today, even though nothing is complete. We got the anchor stop off. We got that marked out. I'm still thinking about what I'm doing there. I have the windlass, I have all the anchor rod and chain, but there's just not much fall. I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway, I'll think about that. But there's a big hole to drill into a boat, and you know how I feel about random holes. But anyway, there's no way I was getting to that today. We did get the spotlight up. It's on there. I have it covered with a plastic bag so the sun stays off of it. I'm going to try to find a cover for it. We hooked the wires up on this end. I was hoping to hook the wires up on the other end. Before I even bought the spotlight, I actually traced those wires at one point. Like I said, there used to be a big hole in the cockpit, and we had covered it with a cup holder for a little while, and then we ended up putting the vent in there. It was just a gigantic hole. It's about that big around. The old controller, there used to be a spotlight there, and it was a wired. Every wire, up, down, side to side, on, off, every one of those was a different wire. So they're all run through. I hooked up the two main wires there. I looked in the back, but I can't find the wires. I don't know what I did with them. I thought I shoved them through the hole so I could get to them later, but I may have to go underneath and figure that out. But anyway, that part's done. I was hoping to do more today, but I'm beat. Yeah, part of the problem I have is this pollen up here has been absolutely horrible this year, and it gets to me really bad. Like right now, my face and my eyes are burning. I might have to wait until we get another rain. We got one bad storm last week that thankfully we got no damage up here. It busted 5 trees down by the house, and I was surprised it didn't blow anything off up here. There was actually a tornado literally about half a mile in that direction, but thankfully this was all okay. But I might have to wait till another rain, because like I said, I wanted to try to do more today, but I can't. I'm beat and I'm having trouble breathing, even my throat's scratchy. But that was one of the things. I just had another 1 week out today of an infusion. It was last Tuesday, and before I went for that one, we had been doing very good and making a lot of progress, but unfortunately I was kind of regressing a little bit. I was having some pain back in my shoulder, struggling with my breathing. But another thing I noticed, I got depressed, honestly, because I'm like, man, this cancer's coming back. We don't know. We just talked and did the infusion. We didn't do any scans or anything. A lot of what I was dealing with, the breathing, now the pain, I don't know about. I had pain in my shoulder on this side last night. Why? I have no clue. Chemo does affect. I had a lot of problems with muscles at first, so we're hoping, and talking to the doctor, a lot of what I was think was regressing was actually may have been pollen problems, because I was having the trouble breathing. The phlegm stuff is back, and it started to really scare me, and I got really depressed. But at the same time, for 3 days straight, and even this morning, my eyes burn. And that has nothing to do with the cancer. Nothing to do with pre-chemo or after chemo. So that's a pollen thing, and I'm hoping that pollen has a lot more to do with it. But yeah, I just wanted to make myself get up and come do something up here on this thing. Like I said, it's become more of a priority for me. And it got me really down when I felt like I was starting to regress, because I'm like, man, is it ever going to see the water, you know? I still don't know, but I'm going to do my best to finish the things that I want done and try to get feeling good enough to actually, you know, go out on it. Because right now, I only have a couple hours a day that I can actually get up and do something. Usually by 2 to 3 o'clock, I'm headed downhill. 5 to 6 o'clock, all I can do is sit in a chair, and it's just part of the deal. Hopefully it gets better, but we'll see. But hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully all y'all are out on the water instead of watching this. But I appreciate you watching. Hope things are good. Take care.